Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Forager. Last time we got this awesome Thunder Rod, which is amazing, and allows us to clear out the land for resources very quickly. As a result, the thing that would benefit us the most right now is more land. So we should focus on getting some money so that we can buy new lands and clear them for resources as soon as possible. So that's going to be my focus for at least the start of the day. I see all these fishing traps, which I just want to take care of kind of in one pass really quick. And then we can do that. So, in terms of buying lands, the cheapest land that I could buy next, I saw a 350, and there's a 320 up here. So 320 would be our goal. Currently I have 25 in the bottom left. I can get some more money from banks. And slime wallet. If I had 30 thread, we could make a slime wallet, which would make coins worth more. So I would prefer to get that before cashing in my coins in the bank. So I'm actually going to change that to be the pinned recipe and try to get as much thread as I can right now. But unfortunately, I don't have any cotton available. So that'll take a little bit of time as well. In that case, the other thing that I wanted to do that we didn't do last time is to finish the dungeon that was inside. Actually, there could be things that I want to sell at the market as well, because we get experience for selling, and that would only be worth like 100. That's still not going to be worth enough if I sell all the fish, and I'm not sitting on too many other excess resources right now. But I was thinking we could go back into the dungeon and do some things in there. We'll also get some loot, some of which might be sellable. I could sell the beets as well. I'm not using them anytime in the near future. Let's actually take a look at selling for just a moment. So if I go to the market and I sell all of my beets and all of my fish, that brings me up to 387. Okay, that's enough money that I can now buy this bit of land. Hooray! And it's got a rainbow on it. Let's find a way to get over there by building some bridges. And I'm going to build bridges over here as well so we can kind of cycle around. And this one has a pretty rainbow with some mushrooms of various colors that you might happen to notice happen to be like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And so you might guess how this puzzle works. But if we go red, it's a little bit hard to tell the colors here at nighttime, but I think this is orange, yellow, green. Hey, I'm trying to hit you. Green, blue, purple. There we go. That is how you solve the quote-unquote puzzle of this room, and it leads to a treasure chest where we need a key. So let's craft a key. I believe I have all the resources for that. I do not. I need some more iron. All right. Project acquired. We'll start cooking up some more iron, and we'll also cook up some gold just because we can. And while we're waiting on the iron, I'm going to go ahead and deal with all of my fish traps real quick. This is the night merchant, who will appear randomly at different spots on the map, and he's kind of like a portable market that just comes around and disappears. Spirit orbs are super valuable. They give you a level up, but they're too expensive. There's no way, even if I sold all my inventory, I might not have enough to be able to purchase the spirit orbs. So it's too bad that I can't buy those. But that would be nice. Something we can look forward to in the future, perhaps. I hear a skeleton attacking something. So let's go check him out. He's over here on the right. He's going after my chicken. And now the skeleton is dead. So don't worry about it. While the key is being cooked up, I'm going to quickly just gather some more resources over here on the desert portion of the continent. And by the time I make it back, especially if I stop to dig up this little dig spot, the key should be ready. Let's find out what we've won. It's random each time, exactly where the lands are going to be and what's going to be inside their chests. Nerdy glasses, XP increase by 20%. That's actually a pretty big deal. All right, that is a great all-around upgrade that we just got. So it's still the case that I want to purchase more lands. I believe the next land available will be this one for 350. And I can also see from my experience bar that I'm about to get a level up. And one of the possible things I could get from leveling up, I believe, is something that is going to make... let's switch to the sword since my Thunder Rod's on cooldown. Is something that makes certain plants appear more commonly, possibly the fibrous cotton. So let's go take a look at that right now with our level up since we just got it. So one of these original skills, cotton spawns more often, and we can also find wheat and beets. It's the cotton so that I can get some more fiber, so that I can make some more thread, so that I can upgrade my slime wallet, so that my coins are worth more, so that I can buy more lands, is the long chain of events that I'm going for right now, based on my understanding of good Forager tech tree logic. So that's what I'm currently going for. Great. And then I said, in the meantime, if I've cleared out everything else, we can go and try to finish that dungeon. And I think that might be appropriate to do. Before I go into the dungeon, I want to try to get as much stuff out of my inventory as I can, because it will be useful to have free inventory spaces for the various loots we can get in the dungeon. And it's difficult to do when I'm trying to do all this other stuff at the same time. But I will really try. Okay. We've tended to everything we need to here. There is a free inventory slot here, where I will dump my bricks. There's some free inventory slots here, where I will dump the fiber and the fish. And are there any other things that are in my inventory that could stack into any of these slots? I don't see anything at a glance, so I think that's as much as we're going to be able to sock away for right now. But I have a number of free inventory slots, and so I think it's going to go reasonably well. So let's head back into this dungeon and see if we can finish it. It will be easier to finish because the Thunder Rod also electrifies these things, which means we don't have to push all the blocks around in order to open the doors. And so, for example, I can go into this room just by using my Thunder Rod to get in here, or in here, and then, oh gosh, I'm gonna run away from these guys for just a moment. Give the Thunder Rod a chance to respawn, or recharge, so I can use it to finish these guys off. And this is just where I picked up the Thunder Rod in the first place. This is actually not what I wanted to get. I need to find, there's another one of these rooms that has an extra pushy electric block that we're going to need. After you've done this puzzle a few times, you can learn kind of the most efficient set of steps in order to get everywhere you need to go. But let's see, I can open up this chest. So here's one of the treasures we didn't get before. It contains a bunch of gemstones and things. That is nice. And if I go over this way with the Thunder Rod, can I get through everything over here? And I forget, is there a... Oh, there's treasure chests in here I didn't get last time, because my inventory was full. I think these treasure chests only spawn once, and so you can only get them once, but we're getting lots of precious gemstones. I can let these guys let me through here. Then I can use the pickaxe to push this thing around over here, so that this is open. But yeah, in order to get over here, I'm going to need a second one of these blocks. So this is where I think I actually need to push this around to go get another one. Actually, could I just get another one down here? I've forgotten already. So I'm going to kill you. Take a little bit of damage and kill you. Is there another thingy down here? There is. Okay, so I can just take this one out. So if I push a second block into this room, and then use this block... let's try that again. Use this block. Come on, you can do it. To keep this open. Then I can use my Thunder Rod to open this. Fight some more bad dudes in here. And go up here. Here we go, and here's the key. So the key follows you around until it finds an appropriate door to go into. And the appropriate door in this case is this door right here. And so it just goes and opens it. And now for the exciting part. It's a boss, Thunder Elemental. Is there any chance that I can defeat this guy using the Thunder Rod? Alright, I've dealt some damage to him. I'm going to wait for this thing to recharge. Now, unfortunately, he will summon a bunch of other bad guys. And that's going to be bad news for me. I'm hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and eat this preemptively. Yeah, there's some of the other bad guys he's summoning who are going to try to fire at me. So I'm not actually sure if we're strong enough to do this. Usually I find this dungeon much later, and I have more powers and more abilities to not die. This time, not so sure, but I'm just going to keep on aiming at the boss and see if I can deal enough damage to kill him, and then we can deal with all the other little guys that he's summoning as well. I'm not sure if it's going to work out, though. And oops, I might have just resized my window. Crap, and my mouse is outside my window, and now my keyboard is stuck. Dungeon failed! Alright. If you die, it kicks you back out of the dungeon with 1 heart. The failure for death is not all that great. Or the penalty for death, that is. Yeah, so I think we'll have to try that when we're a little bit stronger at some point in the future. But we gave it the old college try. That's great. I'm going to resize my window, and I'll be right back. Most of the games that I play in full screen. Sorry, in a window rather than full screen is what I'm trying to say. Just because that's how I like to play. I find full screen, sometimes I get a little bit of motion sickness when the whole screen is moving around. And yeah, but then a trade-off is sometimes when I'm in a panicky boss battle or something, I'll accidentally click outside the window or click and drag outside the window and end up doing what I just did there, which is resize the window, and that just makes me panic. And in this case, the game, it also like causes the game to lose focus. We got a bunch of these valuable gems, which we'll eventually be able to use for crafting ingredients, and we could also sell. So we did still turn a profit while we were in there. But yeah, that's what happened. Sometimes that will happen. The items have just been restocked at the market, and while I'm trying to make money rather than spend money right now, it's still the case that I'll check out what's here. Bottled death moths, we'll be able to bottle them ourselves at some point in the future, so I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, the thing I would like the most right now is thread for a slime wallet. Oh, we made so much money in there, I didn't notice. We have 521 money. So yeah, the penalty for death is not very high. We got kicked out of the dungeon, but we got kicked out of the dungeon with a bunch more money. So let's go ahead and buy another land, where we will get another quest from another quest giver who has an exclamation point above his head. This guy's going to give us some more hide. Let's be continuing to make all the thread that I can, which is not very much. Let's continue to kill the bad guys. And perhaps heal ourselves with some fish. What do you have to say? You're just the person I was waiting for. Natural resources are being exploited by little jerks with pickaxes. Yeah, I saw that guy. I need you to bring me 2 torch bugs so I can keep them safe from harm. It just so happens that I have 8 bottle torch bugs in my inventory. Thank you for the critters. You may keep these magic scrolls as a reward. I helped the druid, and now I've got 3 druid scrolls, which if we check them out in my inventory, I can use. Spawn natural resources around you. That's great. We will use them shortly, I think. And if I talk to him again, the natural resources exploitation is still going rampant. Could you bring me some tree saplings so I can make sure the forest is safe? He wants 30 tree saplings. It'll probably be a little bit of time before I'll be able to get a hold of those. But there will be another quest. There's another night guy. He's selling some very late game stuff. That is actually not all that expensive. Be interesting to get a void portal this early in the game. But yeah, we don't need to do anything with that right now. So yeah, spawn natural resources around you. I should definitely have the foraging obelisk going to gain bonus experience from crafting these things. And I can I can tear down a number of things with my golden pickaxe to get some extra gold as well. Killing enemies can always net us some gold. And just so that we stay grounded in it, the next bit of land that I will be able to purchase is going to cost me how much? That's 1,200. They start getting more and more expensive. That one's 1,280. And there might be one further to the north that might be cheaper, so we'll go take a quick look. Killing bad guys as we can. Nope, these ones to the north are also more expensive. Okay, so we're gonna need 1,200 gold before we can buy some more stuff. Okay, so we got some scrolls that spawn natural resources such as this fiber right here. And so this appears to be the biggest open plot of land. There's a lot of things that happen like per island tile, and I'm pretty sure the Druid Scrolls is one of them. So I'm going to clear off all the natural resources that are here and then use one of these, and it spawns a bunch of resources like this. And there was a little bit of cotton in there. It was mostly trees, but that's okay. Every resource is valuable. I used up my Thunder Rod charge, so I need to give it a cooldown so I can use it again. Alright, but I'm going to spend some time chopping down all these trees and gathering these resources, as well as going and harvesting my fish traps, and then we'll see what we're going to do next. Well, I got to level up while I was gathering all that stuff. So let's take a look at the skill tree and see if there's anything particularly valuable that we can use with that level up right now. Purchasing lands is 30% cheaper from colonization. That actually would help me a whole lot right now. So I think that's what I'm going to get. I know a lot of these just from looking at it. Yeah, that actually suits me just fine for right now. But having tended to the North Island, my fish traps, and also clearing out some of the South Islands, let's take a look again at how much it would cost to buy land. So this one now only costs $896, and we currently have 281 money. And there's definitely a lot of money sitting in the bank. And so even though I really want the slime wallet, it seems like that is likely to be not happening in the near future. Yeah, I might be able to pull it off yet, actually. How much does the slime wallet increase the cost of the coins or the value of the coins? Let's take a look at that. I don't remember. Is it 25%? It is 25%. That's somewhat significant. Yeah, and there's some more fiber over here. I might be able to get the slime wallet first before I cash out at the bank. So I'm going to try to do that for the next minute or so. And I think I worked. It looks like I need... Oh, I still need one more thread, I think, than I currently have. And yeah, there's more cotton here. Okay, so getting the skill point where cotton spawns more commonly was definitely useful, because now it's spawning much more commonly over in this biome. Okay, so now we've got plenty of thread, which means we can craft the slime wallet. I currently have 29, and now I have 30. Slime wallet, craft, great. While that is crafting, I'm going to tend to my fishing. Alright, the fishing traps are tended to, and the slime wallet is still only about a quarter the way done crafting. As you get later in the game, certain things take more time to craft, but then you'll also get various upgrades that'll cause your crafting stations to work faster. So there's kind of a trade-off, a back and forth. Eventually, a lot of the late game stuff does take a bit of time to craft, but you end up having more crafting stations available. I already have 2 furnaces and 2 sewing stations, but eventually we might end up with many more of each of those. But in the meantime, we'll just gather some resources with the amazing Thunder Rod that makes it so easy to do. And by the time we walk back there, I think our slime wallet will be ready to go. We'll be able to harvest the coins out of our banks. The coins will be worth more, so it doesn't feel like we're harvesting those coins too early, and we can feel good about ourselves. And then we'll be able to buy more land. I hear a skeleton. Yeah, he's going after my fish traps over here. Did you see him? It's kind of obscured by this giant tree from the island below. But we got him, and here is my slime wallet. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Coins are worth 25% more. The next wallet will make them worth 50% more. It would require 20 glass. I might be able to do that actually right now as well. Yes, I totally can. So I'm going to change what these are doing, craft up the glass. That'll take no time at all. We'll upgrade the wallet once more, and then, for real this time, then we will actually cash out at the banks. And here is the Knight Merchant. He's selling legendary gems. That's another late game item. They sell for pretty cheap. They're pretty rare. So that shows, I think he's kind of like the market in that he just like selects random items out of the entire pool of things that you can get in the game for sale. And so it shows one of the reasons that markets can be so valuable. It's because they can sell some very good items sometimes for not all that much. Gold wallet, I still need 2 more glass. I mouse over them, and now I've got them. So let's get this crafting. Once again, it's going to take a few seconds. So I'm going to harvest my fish traps and some other resources. You can do it, gold wallet. There we go. Coins are worth 50% more. The next wallet, it'll be a while before we get a Kapala. So that one we don't have to worry about for the moment. Okay, so let's cash out our money at the bank. That is over 1,000 money we have now. So I can definitely buy a land or 2. There's this one. Let's buy another desert land. I guess this would be desert over here on the right-hand side, too. Let's buy this one. And that one has a crazy eyeball on it. I'm not sure if it could potentially be a reference to other games. Oops. This guy almost killed me. I'm not sure if it's a reference to other games. There's a few that it might be a reference to, I suppose. But in any case, the puzzle, if you can call it a puzzle, is you have to shoot this in the eye. I think with the bow and arrow, maybe this will work too. It doesn't work with the laser. But if I use my bow and arrow, which I am trying to do and it's not working. I have 11 arrows, right? I own 11 arrows, but they're not in my inventory, and maybe I can't shoot arrows unless they're actually in my inventory. So let's move arrows into my inventory if I can find arrows anywhere. Here they are. Chicken, you're preventing me from interacting with the vault, so I'm afraid you have to die. Alright, 11 arrows. So if I shoot an arrow into this thing, there we go. Then it causes a chest to spawn. I need a key. There's one of these watcher things that we saw in the dungeon. They will occasionally just spawn randomly in the desert biome. And since we already have the Thunder Rod, that's a very good, because they drop steel, which is a somewhat expensive precious resource at this point. My foraging obelisk is worn off, so I'm going to reset it. Yeah, so it's kind of great that those guys occasionally spawn. They will try to kill you, but they drop good resources and they're relatively easy to kill. So all in all, it's a good thing when those guys spawn. Hooray! Okay, so I need another key, so let's craft one. Eventually there will be a skeleton key, so I'm not particularly interested in crafting like that many keys ahead of time necessarily. And as I go visit all of my fish traps once again, the thing that I'm really hoping might be in this treasure chest is the thing that makes the fish harvest themselves automatically, so you don't have to do it manually. I could always just leave all of these fish traps with the caught popping up and down and not worry about it, but it always kind of makes me feel guilty. My inventory is full. Oh no. Let's see. Is there anything I can craft to get everything out of my inventory right now? I have cactus in my inventory, and I also have cactus in the vault, so I can do that so that I can pick up the key so that we can go open our new chest that we so deserve. Oh, it's a spirit orb. Use it to increase your stats. Okay, so let's use a spirit orb for the first time. It gives you the option of instantly leveling up, which is nice, permanently increasing your damage, which means like your pickaxes and your swords and everything will deal more damage, permanently increase your maximum energy, or give you a heart increase. You have 4 hearts instead of 3, which could help us finish the dungeon, potentially. It's still pretty hard. I think the damage increase is one of the most valuable things because it just kind of helps you kill things faster and helps you mine faster. And so I'm going to change that one. But you could argue that getting the level up so that you can immediately unlock another skill, or there's probably a number of arguments you could make for what to choose at this moment in time, given what I've already unlocked. But that is what I've chosen today. And so there we go. So yeah, spirit orbs, eventually we will be able to craft them, although it'll be expensive and kind of later in the game. But the fact that they can instantly level you up, each level, the experience, it takes more and more experience to get the next level up. And so towards the end of the game, rather than leveling up just by gaining experience, it's typically the case that you'll be leveling up by consuming spirit orbs, or occasionally by using various magic scrolls that can also help you level up. But speaking of level ups, here's level 22. So last time we got colonization, so we could buy more lands. Artistry means I could craft items and sell them for more coins, which could be valuable to buy more lands. Deposit could be good to get quarries since I can clear the land so quickly. That's worthy of consideration. Logistics, I don't have like lighthouses and different things yet. I don't need that stuff just yet. Gathering gives me 4 inventory slots and 25% more XP from plants and crops. The inventory slots I'm especially interested in. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the gathering skill. And I suppose since I'm talking about inventory slots being so interesting and or valuable to me, that probably means that I am due to create another vault just so that I can store some more materials. So I'm going to create some more bridge tiles just to make it easier to walk around here. And then do I have the materials on hand to make a vault? I do, as a matter of fact. So let's just make another vault. And let's see. I may want to use the Druid Scroll again in the near future. But let's dump off some resources that we really don't need to be holding in our inventory right at the moment. Great. Do I want to tend to all these fish traps manually? I should just make a decision about that now, because I could just quit doing this and focus on things that are more enjoyable to me, and I should probably do that. So I'm not going to worry about the fish traps. There's another one of these guys, who when killed drops steel. It's very nice. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the fish traps, and I will leave them unharvested. It does mean that I'm not going to have very much sand for glass by doing that, so I'll have to use my shovel a bit more, probably. And in terms of the big picture, I don't have any recipes currently pinned. In order to help steer me for the big picture in terms of what I want to do next, I would like to get the Necronomicon, which is the next thing that'll increase our XP bonuses. It requires Nightshade. Nightshade is something, it's a flower that only grows in a biome that's further over to the left, I happen to know. And so that'll remind me that I want to expand my lands to the left at this point. And so we're going to try to get enough money to expand to the left, and we're not going to be able to upgrade the wallet anytime soon either. So knowing that, let's just go visit our banks once again. I could craft more banks too. This cow is in the way, and I'm having a hard time interacting with this bank, so the cow is going to die. That brought us to 610 money, and how much does it cost? 672 would buy land over here. So I almost have enough money to do it already. This guy wants tree saplings, by the way, and we don't have the recipe or the right crafting structure to actually create tree saplings. We might see them for sale in the market at some point, but for right now I'm not going to worry about trying to complete his quest. But I only need a little bit more money, and probably the easiest way to get that money will be to just kill some bad guys like those slimes right there. So let's just go looking for bad guys to kill, and we can get the money fairly quickly. Hello, bad guys. Where are you? Bad guys, bad guys. I want to kill you so that I can cash out. And yeah, we will be able to get more bad guys, actually, as a result of expanding over to the left into the new biome. for reasons that you will hopefully see very shortly. We don't seem to be spawning a lot of bad guys right now, so I might end up just selling some things at the market. Or I could go back inside the dungeon and fight some guys in there. I've actually never tried that as a strategy for gaining more money. So just for something different. Oh, I dug up a rare thing, Sphinx. That's like a rare thing that you can dig out of the ground in the desert biome. And we'll see what purpose it has at some point later on. I could probably sell it for a fair bit of money. But I just want to see if I walk back in here and just fight this guy, for example. He drops some money, and there's another guy over here that I can fight. Another two guys who will also drop some money. They don't drop money, do they? No, they do drop money. I'm up to 652. Okay, this is pretty efficient in terms of just getting some money quickly. And there's another guy over here to kill, if I recall correctly. Yeah. Okay, that worked just fine. I'm up to 662. Can I get back out? Is that not the way I came in? Isn't that the way I came in? How do I get back out of here? I died last time. Is there a way back out of here? Have I never realized this before? Do you have to complete the dungeon to get out? Or take a death? Or save an exit? I'm honestly not sure. As a reminder, the chest that we got here was a one-time chest, so I can't get it a second time. Alright, just because I want to learn the mechanics, I guess I didn't push the block over here, and so now I'm permanently locked in, and there was an electric block that I could have pushed to leave the door open. So just because I want to learn the mechanics, I'm going to say save and exit menu. And then we'll go back into our save file. And now we're back at the front door. And yeah, we still have all our money and things. Okay, so once again, not a big deal. But that's kind of like taking a self-death or whatever. I need a tiny amount of money. So let's just sell something relatively insignificant to us. Actually, one Sphinx sells for 200. I don't need more than one of them for a while. So I'm going to sell the Sphinx, Sphinx head, whatever it is, and buy some land right over here, which you will notice is very scary. It has a bunch of skeletons on it. So the leftmost biome is some kind of graveyard biome. And normally this would actually be pretty scary, but once again, we have an extremely powerful ranged weapon. So I was able to defeat the giant skeletons and all the little skeletons, and as a result, make this island safe for me to build my way over and collect what's inside these chests. And if I recall correctly, these chests actually contain spirit orbs, which means we'll get a couple more level ups. I'm a champion, I've opened a skull chest, and yes, it contains 2 spirit orbs. So I'm going to use that to level up. And this time, I'm actually going to get the XP because it occurred to me that there's something down here I want to get to. Buffs last longer, gain XP when using scrolls. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'm going to grab that one and then use my other spirit orb. I should have just used them both back to back. And on level 24, for my skill, Spirituality. Gain 2 spirit orbs. Unlock spirit forges. So basically the 2 spirit orbs I just spent to get here, I get them right back as a result of getting that skill point. So I've got 2 more spirit orbs. That's the only skill in the game that awards more spirit orbs so you can use for more skills. So it's a quick way to kind of like get your level ups going. So that is great. I'll decide how I want to spend those spirit orbs in a moment. It would take 16 or 1700 money to buy some more land over here. But yeah, Nightshade is something that'll start growing over here, and I definitely want more of them, and so I do want to buy some of those lands. So I want to get that as soon as possible. And also remind me, I said it was going to be a while before we would be able to upgrade the wallet again. Right, it needs a Kapala. which is something that's found in the skull biome. I don't remember exactly where. I'm just kind of tending to fish traps while I'm trying to decide exactly what I want to do next. We recently cashed out our banks, so we don't have that much money in the bank. But I do have a lot of resources that I could sell at the market if I want to get more money. So I think I am tempted to do that. Let's keep our furnaces doing something useful for us in the meantime. So yeah, if I wanted to sell a bunch of stuff, also I have an inventory spot here where I could store the Sphinx head, for example. If I wanted to sell a bunch of stuff, well, actually, the banks are making money. Oops, that slime almost got me. The banks are making money pretty quickly. Oh, I can buy spirit orbs. Let's definitely try to buy them because they're super valuable. So I can sell you stuff. Let's get like iron bars or something. Are they in my inventory already? Yeah, I have a ton of gold bars. How much do they sell for? A lot. I'm gonna sell you all my iron and all my gold because I'll be able to make that back up quickly, and then I'm gonna buy as many spirit orbs as I can. And I managed to buy 2 of them. No, I managed to buy 4 of them. That's great. You got a lot for... No, I managed to buy 2 and I already had 2 in my inventory. Okay. That is pretty good. Yeah, I like that. We'll easily get the gold and iron back. And so now, I think I'm going to use these for level ups to gain skill points. So we're going to quickly get to a very high level here. And I think most of the stuff I want to do here, there might be some stuff here. Auto repair, the skill is nice. Structures automatically repair themselves. So if you accidentally hit something with a pickaxe and start damaging it, or if skeletons attack one of your structures and start damaging it, they'll auto repair themselves. I might end up getting that. It's not necessary, but it's very nice to have. Sigil makers, shrines are charged twice as fast, but I can't make shrines yet. I think there's a way that I can craft shrines at some point later on. It might be over here. Shrines would be nice. And what else would be nice? Windmills and sprinklers. Windmill is a little bit useful, but not super duper useful yet. I think the stuff that I really want is going to be up here, so I'm going to unlock craftsmanship. And then take a look at what comes next, because I don't remember exactly. Furnaces and forges work faster. That's kind of nice. Factories we don't need until later. So that's not super important. Deposit to have quarries would actually be useful. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to use a spirit orb to get another level. I'm going to use a spirit orb to get another level. And I'm going to use these 2 skill points to get quarries. You'll see what that is in just a moment. And also the auto repair, just because I was talking... Oh, management is also nice. I guess I could get all of these. I'm going to get management. Vaults may have locked item slots is really nice. And also, vaults have more inventory slots. And structures have double health and cost 25% fewer materials. Yes, actually, I really, really want that. The vaults have extra inventory slots is a big deal. It has 9 instead of 6 inventory slots. And so that means that inventory will rarely be a problem for the rest of the game once I've unlocked this bit. And let me also demonstrate how you can lock inventory slots on a vault. Once I go find my vaults again. Here they are. This cow is once again in the way, kind of making it hard for me to interact with this vault. Okay, so I'm going to take these objects out. And so, suppose I put those in, and what else are kind of valuable things? I guess I could put in gold ore. Is iron ore anywhere? I'm not sure that I have any iron ore in my inventory right now. Let's go find some iron just so I can fill the vault with it. And then I'll also put like stone or something in there. And then it'll be kind of like all of our precious resources go in that particular vault. And I like doing that just because it makes it easier for me to keep track of where all my different stuff is. So if I go over to this vault and dump my iron ore in and dump my stone in, then you can press on the keyboard Control to lock each item. You'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner. It means that this item will always go in here kind of in the future. So now kind of like all of my rocky precious resources will be stored from there. You can always craft based on items that you have currently in your vault. So it's fine for the items to just sit in the vault rather than your inventory. There's a few places where you need to have items in your inventory. We saw one already a little bit earlier today when I was trying to fire an arrow, and I had the arrow in the vault rather than in the inventory. But for the most part, it is the case that stuff can just sit in the vault and it's fine. So that's good. I wanted to come back to this biome to show the type of stuff that spawns in it. And we can see at least one different thing, in addition to a different style of tree, although the different styles of tree are just visual, they still have the same behavior. There's also gravestones. And if you break a gravestone, often a skeleton will spawn, and you can kill that skeleton, and in this case, get money from him, since we have the boon that means killing enemies drops coins. And so getting more land in this portion of the world means we'll have more enemies available to kill, which means more money for me, which is the reason, one of the reasons that I wanted to unlock that biome next. Another reason that I've already mentioned is that Nightshade, which is what we're going to need for the next experience book, also grows only in that biome, even though we haven't actually seen any of it spawn yet. And yeah, that biome, like any biome, also has some other crazy dungeons or puzzles or different things that can spawn. We'll see them in due time. I realize my foraging obelisk. It's 10 minutes, which are now 12.5 minutes because buffs last 25% longer. Its buff had worn off, and so I went and just renewed it by talking to the foraging obelisk once again. Okay, so I have a long-term goal in terms of being able to get the ingredients that I need for the Necronomicon. The Nightshade, I'm just going to have to mostly wait for it to spawn, although I will be able to speed it up with some Druid Scrolls. I prefer to have a land over there that has more physical area for stuff to spawn on before I use my scrolls. Additionally, we need paper and we need leather. Paper, I do have the ingredients to construct a bit of. I'm going to need 10 of it, I think. So let's go ahead and get 10 paper crafting. Leather, I also could start making some of. I'm going to need 30 of it. I can make 16 right now. And I'm currently held back by just how much cotton thread that I have available. So it's good to kind of like keep an eye on what resource is kind of bottlenecking you in different spots. And I'm really hoping that a Nightshade grows over there just so that we can witness one. Although I guess you can already see what it looks like from the pinned recipe up in the corner. So it's just going to look like one of those on the ground. But it'll be useful in a number of different recipes moving forward. Let's check out, since the items just restocked in the market, what they have for sale. It's nothing of particular interest to me. I do have a lot of other things that I could potentially sell. And I have a lot of inventory space to manage. That won't be interesting to watch now that I've shown how I kind of organized one of my vaults. So I'm just going to clean up the vaults by like trying to move like all the plants into one spot, for example. So I'm going to spend some time doing this. Addicted. Play the game for 3 hours. All right, I just finished organizing my vaults. This is plants. This is kind of animal, fishing, and monster drops. And this is rare items, and I still have like some spare space in here. So I'm also going to dump in, I guess, glass and arrows. Just to get a few things. I guess paper and leather can also go in here, just to get a few more things out of my inventory. And that'll keep us in good shape vault-wise for a while. Oh wow, and I still have an entire extra vault. Okay, yeah, we have lots of inventory space. We're not going to have to worry about inventory for quite a while yet. So that is super terrific. Okay, and there's still not a Nightshade over here. I'm so sad. And it's not always the case that destroying a grave spawns a skeleton. It happens, I still think, like the majority of the time or something. It happened the first 2 times, but not the second 2. I'm not actually sure what the ratio or probability is. Alright, but I think we made a fair bit of progress in this episode, mostly in terms of level ups. We didn't actually complete the dungeon. We didn't actually get a new book or upgrade our pickaxe or anything. But I think we came in with like 11 levels, and now I'm at like level 28 or something. I think we probably started with more than 11. That was probably a couple episodes ago. But in any case, we got a lot of experience levels. And as a result, have a lot more crafting stuff that we can do. So moving forward, I guess we'll just have to take advantage of all of that. I'm going to go ahead and say that I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day. And I will see you again soon for more Forager, where hopefully I'll come in with a more concrete goal in mind, so that at the end of the episode I will feel a bit better about all the progress that we have made, rather than talking around it like I just did at the end of this one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.